What is a jewelry design center?
JDC is a family-owned business with deep roots in Montana. Why Montana? Because this community made us. Made us family, made us artisans, made us believe in love, made us hometown heroes. Because this community made us shine. Why Montana? Because Montana is home.
Last fall camp. So what are the emotions going into this one?
Yeah, a lot of excitement. I think we've had a great summer. We have, I think 23 seniors this year, so a lot of guys have gone through a lot of football. I've been able to, grow up with them, for the 4 or 5, 6 years, whatever it might be for some of the guys. And so it's bittersweet, but I think I'm very excited to go back out there and take it day by day.
Brody and Marcus told me over the weekend at the Big Sky kickoff that the team motto that you guys have kind of taken into this year is go 1-0 every day. What does that look like in your eyes?
Yeah, I mean, it's just not looking ahead. I think it's just looking at day in and day out, just getting better. That's kind of what obviously the motto is going to be for this year, as they talked about. But I mean, you just kind of put that into practice with fall camp right here, and just today, just cherishing the time I got to be with some of my teammates, and then tomorrow is just going out there and competing and getting better, and just not looking ahead for anything more than that.
How's the summer been with the offensive coordinator?
Great. Yeah, I'm excited to go back out there and work with him a little bit more for the fall camp.
How did those workouts go? What kind of activities did you do over the summer?
Yeah, I mean, we have workouts every day, and then the players put on some practices throughout the summer. We have throwing sessions outside of that, 1-on-1, 7-on-7, stuff like that.
Details. It seemed like that was something you guys were doing at least a couple times over the summer.
Yeah, we always go over there a couple times out of the year in the summer, always before the 4th of July break, and so. Oh, another one of the last, so it was bittersweet to be at the top of that again. It's a tough, mentally challenged workout, and we had a good show out by the team on that morning. So,
How would you describe your guys' top priorities as a team this summer?
I mean, top priorities. I think it starts with just the relationships within the team, and I think that's like I talked about it. We have all these older guys that have been together, that have played so much football together, that have endured so many summers, so many winters together, and really just give anything for one another, for their success, for their senior year, and then the younger guys coming along with that. And I mean, just priorities is just the CAT slogan, the character, accountability, toughness, and state. I mean, those things are what we cherish around here, and that's what you have to be built upon to be able to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish.
Last year there was so much talk coming out of the way South Dakota State ended as an influence into last season. How about the way last season ended? How that influenced this offseason?
Yeah, I mean, I think that obviously you got to learn a lot from a year that you didn't live to the expectations. So I think that we learned a lot from the last 2 years. For sure. Going into a season with high hopes and with very high expectations, and I think that obviously we're going back into another year just like that. But I think that the approach has been very different. So I'm excited for the mentality to kind of be shown here.
Yourself and several other guys in your class, you guys have kind of been leaders of the program for a long time. Now that you're a senior, does it change your leadership style? Does it make it easier? I mean, how would you just describe what it's like being a senior leader now after being a leader since you're basically a freshman?
Yeah, I mean, every year you want to lead to try to win as many games as possible, and certainly you always have that in the back of the mind where it's like, well, I still have next year, and this year for a lot of guys we don't, and the only impact you can have on the team beyond this year is how you did lead those younger guys while you were there, and to see what the program does once you leave, that's a great indicator of the leadership that was in the past. And I think that certainly we've had a lot of great leading classes, and that's kind of what the difference might be for me this year, is just had that realization of what's the dividends going to look like in the next few years after my 5 years are up.
What's it like getting going so early this year, and then thoughts on just playing a week 0 game?
Yeah, we just wanted to get back to football as quickly as we could. I'll be honest with you. I think we have, like I said, we have a lot of guys that played a lot of football. We dominated the winter, we dominated the summer, but we were really looking, to get back into playing football. We had a bitter taste in our mouth for a long time now, and we're just excited to flip that page and get on to a new season.
What makes playing football at Montana State special?
I mean, I just grew up. I wanted to go to Montana State my entire life. I wanted to play in front of the fans of Montana. I wanted to have the crowd screaming as you go through the blue. Wanted to be over in Bozeman and all those things. It's so special for me to reflect. And obviously, I just had the hope that one day I'd be able to play when I committed to come over here. It's few and far between as a Montana kid. So, and then just being able to make a career out of it, and I'm excited to make a mark with this team in our senior year.
You had 4 QB coaches since this time last year. Just how have you kind of gone through that? What's that experience been like with changes at that position?
Yeah, just a lot of opportunities to learn. That's kind of how I see it. Each coach, just for however long they might have been with me, for 3 or 4 years, down to a couple of weeks there, with Coach Vegan, just the end of fall camp or end of spring ball. You get to learn from each of them individually, and it's been impactful for me.
Coach Vegan's going into year number 4. The senior class is so big. A lot of you guys have been with him the whole time. Just what has he meant to you?
Yeah, he's just really invested into us. Obviously came here the second semester of my freshman year, and he's just invested into who we are as people. Believed in us and given us a great opportunity. He's pushed us hard. Practices are no joke, but I think guys are, they bend over backwards for that guy. He is through and through just a great guy, and so that's how I see it.
Sean Chambers obviously not here. What has been the development of the guys behind you looking like so far?
Yeah, I think we had a really good spring. Like I said, I think those guys they had a ton of reps, and I think Jordan's obviously had game reps. All those guys though they have the different skill set. They have an ability to make a difference in our team, and I think that guys are going to be backing whoever might be, the backup to begin the year. So I think that's I don't have any worries with those guys.
You lose a couple of great players at tight end. How important is that position to the offense, and what have you thought of some of the guys that are battling there?
Yeah, Snell and Pick, it's going to be different. Not seeing them out there running routes and blocking for us, but we do have a lot of guys that are returning, and Rohan just coming over from Maine. He's been a great addition, and just being that multitude guy we need in the tight end room. But from top down, we have 4, 5, 6 deep in that room that can go out there and play, and they have a different skill set, and they can do all the things that Snell and Pick could do as well. So.
Our family on our mom's side has a deep Montana history, especially stemming from Butte and Helena. And we are so proud. One of the things we are most proud of is to call ourselves Montanans. At Up Top Clothing, they have Montana-made and Montana-branded clothing for both men and women. Their Montana Till I Die collection is one of my favorite collections anywhere in the clothing world. And you can shop online and get the Montana Till I Die collection and all the other great gear that Up Top Clothing makes delivered right to your doorstep. Visit teamuptop.com. And if you use the promo code Skyline15, you're going to get a discount on all your online ordering. Teamuptop.com, Up Top Clothing, reminding you to take a step back and enjoy.
A 4-year starter at center, how much more comfortable does that make you, and what's that relationship like between you and Justice?
Yeah, no, he's great. I know when you guys talk to him, but I'm just so proud of the guy. Obviously I saw him when I was in high school, and I saw that he committed to MSU, and I think just expectation for him to be over here was very low, and for him to be going into his 4th year and starting however many it is now, going to be like 45 or something like that. It's crazy. But he's just so dialed. He knows everything. He doesn't make mistakes. He's physical. He leads that group. He's a heart of that entire O line, and so I'm excited for him. Yeah.
Given the rivalry between Bozeman and Butte, do you ever think you have a Bozeman center for most of your college career?
No, I really haven't thought about it much, but Coach Gray back in Butte, he'd always be giving Perk some grief here and there, and he's buddies with him, and so I really haven't had any thoughts as to that into college, so.
Have you done anything, you and your coaches, done anything to try to stay healthier through the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think that our strength staff, every single year they do a great job in preparing us for what the season is going to look like, and we have different PT, different training staff here as well that is going to be taking care of us differently and have been proactive in some different things. So I think that you can't obviously have perfect foresight into what injuries might come up, but you just prepare yourself for whatever's going to come, and it's going to be a tough season, and you're ready to, there's going to be bumps and bruises, there's going to be injuries. That's how football's played, and that's ultimately decides how far you're going to go is what you're going to be able to play through. So,
Marcus, we were told over the weekend that the chip on the shoulder's back for the offensive line. Do you see that out of that group?
Yeah, I mean, I think that those guys, I really don't know when it wasn't on, and they've dominated every single year that they've been together, and they have such chemistry. It's it's so impressive to see, five guys, 300 pounds plus that are moving in sync. Like it's really a thing of beauty to watch it on film. So, like I said, they have so much chemistry, and I really don't know when they didn't have a chip on their shoulder. It's been every single day I've seen it. So,
Coach Megan had an interesting comment that something to the effect, I don't know if you heard this or not, he wanted you to be more ordinary than extraordinary. Do you have a feel for what he might have meant by that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that year in and year out, I've tried to adapt and learn to what that might look like. I think that the easy thing for myself is to try to make every play the biggest play and try to score on every play and whatever that might look like. But there's obviously there's a lot of benefits to getting out of bounds instead of trying to get the extra 2 yards, or taking a check down immediately instead of sitting in there to try to see if the next read's going to be immediately open, and if it's not, then you might be taking a shot. So I think that it's going to be more like chess than it has been like checkers. So that's kind of how I see it.
You guys were picked second, on the preseason list. You were the quarterback named on that first team. What do you take from kind of preseason rankings? Anything?
Potential. We got a lot of work to do. That's all I really take from it.
Last year, you guys had such a hard road schedule. Now that it's been a while since the season's been over, have you considered just how difficult it was? And if so, I mean, how much has that just influenced the way you think about this upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are out of your control as a player, but obviously you can't worry about those things. But certainly through the 3 seasons that I've played, you've seen some lucky situations go for you and against you, and it just karma. You really there's no science behind it. So you just have to go out there and play with passion, and I think the football gods take care of you when you love what you're doing, and you're going after it play after play, and there's no taking anything for granted. So.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Cash One Pawn has the most extensive inventory of any pawn shop in western Montana. Whether you're in the market for firearms, power tools, bows, video game consoles, or sunglasses, Cash One Pawn is the best deals around. And now Cash One Pawn gives you the ability to shop online from anywhere. Make CashOnePawn.com part of your shopping habits. Also make sure to download the Cash One Pawn app. Cash One Pawn, Missoula's premier pawn shop located on Roller Coaster Road on the way to the Y.